Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Boss here. So, today we have a trailer that I already watched, but we're gonna watch here right now. It is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition. Um, I've heard and seen a couple of things on Twitter. People talking a lot of BS about the game. Some people love it, some people hate it, and I guess we're in this time and age where you know a lot of people have their opinions. The only thing I don't like is people who are giving false information about the game. Um, Now we'll get into that in a bit, but first I would like to watch the trailer with you guys right now, and then we can dissect it a little bit because they didn't show too much. And I remember playing these games, man. All right, so there it is, November 11th. And I don't know how it'll run on the Switch, but it's coming to the Switch as well, which is pretty exciting to me. Because that's like one step closer, getting GTA on handheld yet again. It's been a long time since we've gotten GTA games on handheld. We don't really get that anymore. I believe some of the last handhelds we got were like the Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, and the Chinatown Wars on the DS. The first two were on the PSP, of course, but we never got a GTA on the Vita, even though you could play like GTA 4 and 5 via the what is it, like the PS3. You were able to to stream it to your system and play it off that, but that wasn't the same. Like, it wasn't like an on to go GTA game, which we were all hoping to get eventually, but that's another story for another time. So this is it. This is what we're getting. I personally, uh this is how the game looks. Honestly, this feels like there's a sandstorm going on in this moment in time, but I mean, this is probably how the cutscene's supposed to look. And then we like jump into that. So, obviously there's a big difference because we have like a. I don't know if this is a good example. I mean, I feel like, is this just a sandstorm that was happening, or is this? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played. But then we go. Let me mute this. Then we go, and this is how. This is what we get. I mean, this looks great to me. If that was a sandstorm or wasn't a sandstorm, it's fine. Regardless, this looks really clear. But this is just the first one. Now, character models. Here's some of the character models, and oh my, I don't remember if she has a name. I can't remember too much of 3, which I'm happy about, because when I play 3 again, it's gonna be great. Now, mind you, I will say that 3 was kind of my favorite one. Not saying that Vice City nor San Andreas weren't my favorite one. I think I have more of a nostalgia and a wow factor with 3 because it was the first 3D GTA. Yes, we've had games like Driver 2, which allowed you to jump out your car, get into other cars, which I adored back in the day on PS1. But this was the first, like, able to run around, shoot people, store your cars in garages. The GTA that we know and love now, And this one has a lot of nostalgia factor for me specifically. I also used to mod this game a lot on PC when I was young. And when I say mod, I don't mean I went online, downloaded mods. This is actually before we had dial-up in my household. I remember having a physical copy of the PC version of this game, popped it in, and I myself was actually changing paint jobs, like different designs on cars. Um, the main character, I gave him, ooh, gave him new skins and stuff like that. Much better. Um, but yeah, I actually do have a GTA 3 video from years ago, and it was like that was nothing. I think I was just having fun with the little skin I made. But yeah, I used to love modding it back in the day, and it was the closest I ever got to modding. Now I don't do it. It's very time consuming. But I was young, still in school, had all the time in the world, you know. Um, so this right here, I mean, this to me looks good. The issue people are having that the characters just look cartoony, and to be honest, I prefer somewhat of a style, even though this style is a little cringeworthy. I like it. I personally like it. Not everyone will like it. Some people preferred it to be closer to realism. But for what they did with this game, I think this is. I mean, just yeah, look at this part here. We got train going by. I mean, look at the inside. Inside, like things are just blocky. It literally looks like worse than Minecraft. But yeah, GTA's was infamous for having like this fog in the background due to the fidelity not being so strong. This is probably like PC graphics too. Because on PS2 back in the day, you also had the problem with the CRT TVs making things look fuzzy and blurry. But the change here is nuts, because I mean, you still kind of have like a fog settled down the bottom here, like you can see fog in the background and like some little areas, but it's so much nicer, you know. You also got the god rays from the sun and the shadows. Things look cleaner because of the higher resolution on the textures, which is dope. I mean, to be honest, this is for me gonna be just going back in time and reliving these games that I've already played and beat back in the day, but just kind of going through them again and having fun. Now, the next one is, I forgot this guy's name, but I remember him giving you some crazy missions to have to do in Vice City. Wow, like look at the texture on Tommy's shirt. It's even got like stitching. Very, not that I mean you're gonna get up close and personal, but it's a nice touch to have in the game. Yet again, shadowing looks great. The floor is shiny. It's small things, little things, and I get it. It's like probably not the biggest deal for some people, but I think it looks great. Honestly, I'm really loving what I'm seeing. And here's a big one. I think this is a big one here. Gonna back up a little bit. I want to also show the Dakota storefront, like storefront hotel looks like trash. You know what I mean? Like it looks horrible, muddy. Vice City to me is a game that was supposed to be bright colored. I mean, obviously this setting right here, the sun isn't. The sun looks like it's. I want to say it's like dawn, or it could be morning. I don't know. It's hard to remember how the graphics lighting used to work back in the day, but yeah, it does look. I mean, you look at this and you'll say this is from Vice City Stories, right, on the PSP, right? No, this is actually PS2 graphics. I actually think Vice City Stories looked slightly better than Vice City on console. And here we go. The brightness. It's probably also different time of day. It might be different time of day. I don't know. But regardless, brighter, nicer, textures pop, colors pop. This when I hop into Vice City. Now, mind you, well, I really want to go through the games, 3, Vice City, San Andreas. Not that you have to go into in order, but I would love to experience them in order because of nostalgia factor on my end. And this is great. And I'm kind of hoping that they still have some of those secrets in the game. You know what I'm talking about. I would love to see what else they have in store. Now moving forward, here's Vinewood, and here, oh my God, here's another big one for anyone really, not just me. Here is CJ meeting up with his family in the beginning of the game, and right off the bat, textures little muddy. Um, there is some shadowing, in this house, but it's very blocky. Feels like you're playing a Minecraft modded game. I'm joking. This is an old school game, and I love it. But then bam, definitive edition, looking sleek. Everything looks nice. Textures are changed. This could be for better or worse. There are some things that I feel like could, if not done properly, could suck. I'm hoping one thing for sure: we don't get product placement. Now, I mean, like things like Cluckendale, they better not change it into KFC. I don't think they're gonna do that. I doubt it. But I'm just saying something like that I would not want to see in the game at all. Monster Energy Drink. If that shows up, I'm gonna be like, really? Is that why it wasn't in Death Stranding definitive director's cut? Here's another change. This one's, I mean, it's noticeable. Don't get me wrong. But this is already color-wise. This is already a pretty bright area of Los Santos. Not Los Santos. You know what I mean. Here's a nice one. I love this one. This one, when I saw this, it looked really dope. Now you got the original game. Sorry, right back there. I remember playing this a lot. Played it a lot back in the day. Obviously, I was modding this game. And here you can see the paint on the street looks kind of blurry. I mean, and it's understandable. This is what the graphics look like. There's no real lighting inside of the car. Now, when you jump over this honestly, let me put it in slow motion for y'all. It just looks so much better. Lighting. It looks, it's not perfect by any means, but it's a massive upgrade to what's already there. Here's another upgrade. Well, not upgrade, but change here. Nice slow. I like watching the slow motion, actually. The slow motion is pretty dope. You kind of get to see the subtle changes. One of the things, oh man, doesn't this guy, no, never mind. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it. The only thing I can't get over is how Tommy's hair looks. Man, it just looks like Play-Doh. But it's okay. I understand. Old game, they just added textures over the already existing. You know what? I mean, I feel like they did alter some of the character models a little bit. Not too much, but slightly. I think it's just enough that it still retains the original look. Yeah, it is brighter. I hope the brightness doesn't really ruin some of the atmosphere for the game, though. Here's where I was talking about. 3 is a very old game. 3 is probably the ugliest looking GTA. 3D GTA, because of its old school style. It was also easier for me to mod and stuff like that back in the day. But here, look at his arm here, his hand, and the sleeve is loose, and here it's tightened up a bit more. Kind of. I don't know. Here it makes me look like it makes me think like his suit is a little bit looser. But here with this, it just looks like burnt bread for an arm, like clay arm, but that's the aesthetic that they're going into because they're not trying to change too much. But it doesn't feel like feels like a step backwards to me personally. But I don't have a problem with it. I still think it looks really good, and I'm down to play this game 100%. I understand if you don't want to shit out $60 for old games, but don't trash the games. This looks great. And let me add on top of everything, controls are going to be modernized to feel more like GTA 5's control scheme. I don't know if they're gonna completely remove the auto lock on feature. I feel like the auto lock on feature should stay. If not, then that's okay. The gameplay mechanics felt really good, but I mean, I feel like the characters will still control pretty stiff. You know, I'm not sure if they're. I don't think they're changing the engines because these engines are still obviously the old games. Everything looks good though. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I told my wife, like, I've been wanting an excuse to go back to the old GTAs. I know I can just go back whenever I want, but honestly, this is a good time to go back, relive the games, and if you never play the games and you always were like, you know, the games just looked ugly back in the day, and I don't want to try them out because it's just they look horrible. This is a good time to jump in and play them. I think the fidelity in the games, the textures are going to be way better. And also control schemes is going to be a lot better. I personally never really had an issue with the control scheme of GTAs back in the day. Obviously, they've gotten better with time. Um, so I don't know if the characters will move like GTA 5 characters because there's a difference between GTA 4, 5, and then just jumping straight to San Andreas. Like moving CJ around isn't the same as moving. I'm trying. Well, I'm drawing blank here when it comes to GTA 4 protagonist. I know his name. Oh my god! It just hit me. Nico Bellic. Oh, thank you, Boss's brain for getting names. But I do that a lot. I mean, I remember Tommy Rossetti, DJ. I don't remember the first guy's name. Does anyone remember GTA 3 protagonist's name? I'm gonna call him John Doe for now because I don't remember. But, anyways, yeah, I don't think they're gonna. The movement is not gonna be the same. Not like GTA 4, GTA 5. I think it'll start probably be like stiff. But if they're better, then good. If not, then oh well. No harm, no foul. Like I said, this is not gonna be for everyone. But my thing is, false information is being spread already about the game. One of the things was the having to always be online to play the game. That has not been officially stated by Rockstar or 2K Interactive. That is something people are just starting to throw out there because on PC, GTA games technically need to be always online for, I forgot the name of the thing, a DRM. It's basically like to make sure this copy is officially yours. And you didn't pirate it because obviously on PC pirating is a lot easier. And people were also saying to just pirate the games. Don't buy them. Don't give money to Rockstar. I know these big companies. I mean, they do what they gotta do. I don't agree with time crunching, the harassments. Unfortunately, it happens in the gaming industry. It also happens in the music industry. It also happens in the movie industry. It also happens maybe in your job. It happens in schools. It just happens everywhere, sadly. And it's not something that I really want to get into right now, but it's something that happens. And I don't like it either, but it's we'll talk about it another time for sure. But GTA, the trilogy, what do you guys think about it? I'm not sure how many people will actually pick this game up. If you are one of the ones that are going to pick it up, let me know in the comment section down below. And let me know which one you're excited to dive back into. If you're not picking it up, why not? Let me hear your voice. Trust me, I will respond if you guys leave a comment. I'm more than eager to chat with you guys and maybe even feature you guys in a video if you guys have a good comment. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. You may like it, you may not like it. But you know, one thing you always gotta do is keep on keeping on.